Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, February 13th. We're looking at window traders' market profile of the ES and NQ. A very difficult day for me to try to read. I knew there was something a little funny about NQ early in the day. Should have stayed away from it. Took a big hit in B period. We'll go over that in a minute. I battled back all day. Still ended down on the day. Nothing drastic. But the only time this day really acted the way I thought it should act was after G period attempted one time above F's high and then rolled over for the reversal bar, and then the remainder of G, H, I, J, K, and L acted the way the market should, with ebb and flow shorts. And I didn't even take advantage of that because my mental reserve was kind of, my mental tank was empty after earlier today. But, and then M period with a $3 range. Just amazing. Now, we still have a large gap above us. Over $4 in ES, and Q's is large. Righty still has a gap. So this is the third time in 7 tries with gaps lower that it held in ES. We actually tried to go trend up, failed. 6 out of 23 on that stat. We're 1 for 17 on trend days down this year. Only 1 have held. We took out both sides of the IB, surprise, surprise, for the 16th time in 30 trading days. That's very unusual. The bigger picture, NQ and ES put their weeklies back to balance. They both took out last week's low. Not by a lot, but they took them out. Now, do you remember a little while ago, a couple of weeks back, ES did the same thing and SPY didn't take it out? Same thing today. SPY did not take out last week's low. So SPY is still up, one time framing up. Last time they did that, NQ and ES ended with an outside week up, and we went to new all-time highs again. Good volume, good range, well, decent range. The range ends up $5.13, so it's our 7th largest range of the year. Right now, we're at 105 million, so we have good volume going. That's nice. We'll see. By the right now, it's the 4th heaviest volume of the year. We have a good chance, or a possible chance, to make it 3rd. But when you're down this amount, you want to see 150, 160 million on the tape. All this was week longs. We said we're going to wipe out a bunch of daily lows, and that's all we really did. So I actually took a long pre-market in ES when it had traveled down. There was another gap fill, and they had gotten it, and I took a long against that prior to the open and made 3 points on it. I took a short in A period in ES on a 945 turnover. You figured with the indices down and stuff, it would push down good. I got 2 points out of it, but that's it. Now, here's a trade that really hurt me. I knew NQ was acting a little differently, right? ES took out A's low, so they're one-time framing down. B couldn't even get the open in an NQ. So I knew there was something a little different. Should I have stayed out of it? Probably. But I certainly did not expect them to rip and go trend up with a sizable gap, lower value, and indices way against any kind of bull movement. Well, I was wrong. Started short above A's high, added to it a bunch of times. I went full boat. Now, I didn't hold it through C. I took it off in B, but the damage was done by that point. It hurt pretty good. Now, C period went up to the overnight halfback. That's where I should have taken a short. But at that point, my mental, like I said, my mental reserve was pretty much depleted, at least for the short term, so I didn't do anything. I did take a short in ES and D period because when we gapped lower, remember, we had the gap higher, and then this gap low was kind of like an island top gap. So when we went and filled it in D period, I took a short against that, and that worked out pretty nice. I also shorted ES and E. I said, I don't think we're going trend. That worked out. So ES was, even though ES went up also, it didn't get that kind of distance, nowhere near the distance that NQ did in B and C. So this was a little more accommodating as far as still looking for the sell side because of everything that was in favor of the sellers. Then in G period, I took a long, I'm trying to think where I took the long. Oh, in G period, when NQ came down and filled the singles, I took a long basically against a single print fill. I ended up breaking even on that. Then in J period, I shorted ES with the ebb and flow. That was finally working. And the same in K period in ES. And I got paid on those two. So, I mean, it wasn't not a huge loss. I'm more frustrated at how it was a tough read. And then, again, doesn't matter that we came in and took out the day's low. I was wrong on that trade, at least initially, right? B and C. And then all of a sudden they chipped away at it and they gave it all back. So emotional trading and short-term traders can really stretch a market. Now, I know that and I try to give them leeway. Never, though, in my wildest dreams did I think they would rip up as hard as they did in B and C. That's all. Gonna happen. It is going to happen. As far as our destinations, I didn't even write down SPY's low, but I have it here. So SPY's low is 490.72 going into tomorrow. Again, they did not take out last week's low, which is 490.23. For the upside, I did use G's high as an afternoon rally high, so that's 495.31. And then today's high is 495.85, and the gap fill is at 500.24. That's $4.39, and an 11 wide POC is in the middle of that at 497.99, which is now an upside destination. In ES, our low is 36.50. Our afternoon rally high is 83. Today's high is 88.75, and the gap fill is all the way up at 33.25. And then on the chart, so the monthly is still healthy. Give me 1 second here. Oh, why isn't that coming up? I don't think my charts are coming up. I apologize. Well, anyway, the monthly is still healthy. I'll just leave it on here. The monthly is still healthy. The weekly is still up in SPY. It's balanced on the ES, and the daily is now remember, markets don't go bull bear. This put us back into balance on the daily. If we take out today's low, I would firmly call the daily down. But to me, all this is now is a very large balance. I would probably use today's low. Not probably. I'd use today's low as the low of it, and yesterday's all-time high is the top as the high of it. So it's about a $13 balance. Okay, we stayed above the 20-day moving average for now in the SPY. Hope you had a good day trading. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.